The chapel fell into a suffocating silence. 300 pairs of eyes locked on my maid of honor, my so-called best friend, who had just pressed a hand to her stomach and declared with trembling pride, "I'm pregnant with the groom's baby." The groom, Marcus, froze in place. His lips parted but no sound escaping. His mother covered her mouth in horror. Guests shifted, gasping, whispering. But me. I didn't weep, I didn't collapse. Instead, I straightened my back, let a slow smile stretch across my face, and with a calm voice sharper than glass I said, "I've been waiting for you to finally admit the truth." Her face drained pale, confusion flashing in her eyes. She thought she had broken me. She had no idea this was the trap I had set long ago. Marcus had once been everything. A man who carried himself with charisma, who made me believe in forever. And Serena, my maid of honor, she wasn't just a friend. She was the girl who had shared my childhood secrets, who had seen my scars, who promised to stand by me forever. That's why, when I first saw that fleeting glance between them, I forced myself to dismiss it. When I found one of her earrings under his couch cushion, she laughed and said it was from a sleepover months ago. And I wanted to believe her. But lies rot faster than flowers. Soon I stumbled upon open messages on his laptop. Last night was perfect. Receipts from restaurants I'd never visited with him. A faint trace of her perfume clinging to his jacket. And then the photos. Hidden in a folder he thought buried. Photos of her tangled in his sheets, smiling against his chest. My heart shattered in silence that night, but my face betrayed nothing. Rage could have exposed me too soon. Tears would have given them victory. So I chose patience. I collected everything. Screenshots, receipts, even a paternity test from a clinic she had secretly visited. Meanwhile, I shifted my finances into my name, restructured the prenup with a lawyer Marcus never knew about. His arrogance made him sign without reading. Every line favored me. And still I smiled. I let her help me pick flowers, let her laugh beside me while we rehearsed vows. She thought she was humiliating me, but I was building her downfall. The wedding day arrived, heavy with roses and organ chords. Cameras flashed, families sat stiff with judgment. Marcus stood smug at the altar, convinced of his secret victory. Serena gleamed in her gown, holding her scandal like a weapon ready to explode. When the priest asked if anyone objected, she unleashed it, her grand announcement. Gasps filled the air. But instead of collapsing, I met her gaze and said, "Yes, she's right. They've been together for more than a year." The guests reeled. Marcus stuttered, "It's not." But I sliced through his words. "It is. And I have proof." From beneath my bouquet, I revealed a folder thick with evidence. I handed it to the priest. He flipped through in silence, his jaw hardening with disgust. I turned to Serena, my voice cold as winter. "Congratulations. Since you're carrying his child, you should also know he signed a prenup that strips him of everything if he cheats. Which means you didn't climb into wealth. You crawled straight into debt." Her mouth fell open. The smug glow on her face shattered. Then I turned to Marcus. "And you, Marcus? I already emptied the joint accounts. Every property, every investment, they're mine now. You own nothing but disgrace." The church erupted. Guests whispered, some recording, some staring in shock as I slid off my ring and let it crash against the marble floor. "I will not marry a liar. I will not marry a thief. Thank you for revealing yourselves before I wasted my vows." I looked at the guests one last time. "Please stay. Eat, drink, enjoy yourselves. Just not a wedding. Think of it as my farewell celebration." With that, I turned and walked down the aisle, veil trailing behind me like smoke after a fire. Chaos followed, Marcus calling, Serena begging, but neither dared chase me. Their perfect plan had gone up in flames. Marcus lost his money, his reputation, his family's respect. Serena gained nothing but shame and a child tied to a ruined man. And me. I walked away untarnished, free, head held higher than ever. When I remember that day, I don't feel heartbreak. I feel the hush of 300 people watching a woman they thought would shatter rise instead. They believed they were scripting my downfall. But I turned their betrayal into their execution.